frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Masterpiece, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ride it. We break you down like a pound, I got it.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We are just moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, we're off to Arrowhead for the call from Kansas City. We'll hand it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in a very rainy Kansas City, Missouri at venerable Arrowhead Stadium. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Set to go now on a wet and rainy afternoon. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes. So first and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. That had to be a nightmare as a ball carrier. You look up and see his big bear claws coming at you right away. No chance.
And just think how the game continues to evolve. We always worried about the defensive ends and the outside linebackers bringing pressure. How about the play now? It's not just eating up blockers for these guys inside, is it? It's eating up blockers and making plays in the backfield.
And just eating. On second and 11 now. Mahomes, complete, the tight end Kelsey. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And so often we talk about electric playmakers as we look at the offense here. Sammy Watkins, he's an electric playmaker.
Love the word you used. Electric indeed. Dynamic, and this guy makes plays and opens the game up.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third. To throw, it's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback. that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
It's real easy to talk about Thomas Davis coming back from multiple knee injuries, but he wants his play on the field to be the story.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 22-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And that's incomplete. Finally, an incompletion. He was 5 of 5 before that last throw to start this game.
So he is human. All right, so we found out after the way he began, okay, he can have an incompletion here or there, but I love what they've done right from the word go. They just need to pay it off with a touchdown now.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And Butker able to put this one through. And the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of NC State. It's Phillip Rivers.
I'm actually old enough to remember him hitting the league, and so many people are talking about his throwing motion at the time. A little bit unorthodox. No one talks about it anymore except in admiration. The ball gets to the target really well and usually with big production.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. Give him 2 yards on that play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
I have to admit, I've rather enjoyed watching Melvin Gordon's improvement as he's developed as an NFL player because it started for me in college. Every year he was in school, he would add something extra to his game. First year, he knew how to run. He wanted to add pass receiving to his game. The next year, he wanted to add pass protection to his game. Did all of that. That turned him into a first-rounder and now a front-line NFL back.
On 3rd down, Rivers. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. Watkins, the intended receiver.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on 1st down.
Black 15!
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line.
Let's go.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the 1st quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Tyrann Mathieu has a cornerback's build with safety skills. The Honey Badger knows where the football is.
180. 53, Mike. Oh, yeah.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Ready. Block 11. Mike 53. You got the ball.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man. It's complete. Williams loses the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, then maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there raining.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry, and now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
Rivers, he leaves to Eckler on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Normally that's not the down and distance that you call a draw play. You're usually wanting to wait to 2nd or 3rd down with a definite passing situation before that play is dialed up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, Rivers. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Badgley's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This is taken near the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Play to win. Let's go.
Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Joey Bosa with the tackle for loss. How about that pedigree in his family?
Yeah, some good pedigree. Tell us about it, Mr. Davis.
Dad played in the NFL, first-round draft pick. Uncle was a first-round draft pick. He's got a brother coming behind him. But Joey Bosa, guy plays really, really hard and plays all aspects on defense.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes to the right side. It's Kelsey. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd, and that is incomplete.
Intended for Damian Williams. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. And they come up here now 1st down. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 20.
It's our time. It's our time.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Caught by Allen. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. Fighting through, and he's got space. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Partner, we've seen Melvin Gordon do it a variety of ways running the football. How about that last run? Had a little shake and bake to it there, didn't he?
He did.
Kind of reminded me of when he was at Wisconsin and what he did in Nebraska. His last year there, 408 yards in a single game. At that time, that was the NCAA rushing record, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then a week later, Samaje Perine broke his record with 427 yards against Kansas. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's the receivers that spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On 2nd and a yard, Rivers. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 28.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Set, green 80, ground 80. 54. Check tight.
Running on first down, Eckler. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
180, black 15.
On 2nd and 9, Rivers. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play, and it's 3rd down.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Rivers with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Rivers. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab, and the Chargers have taken the lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Mahomes going to fire this out wide to Hill. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
At the 29-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Ten 3 our score after one here on EA Sports.
Chiefs 3.
Yellow, I'm the blue 80.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
The Chiefs on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Mahomes. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Looked like he tried it all there. Tried to use some physicality, right? Tried to use some footwork, some head fakes, but he was covered the entire way. Dogged in every step. That forced the incompletion. No separation at the end of the route.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Nothing too fancy there, a simple toss left, but for whatever reason, the defense, they didn't seem ready for it.
Let me continue on with your thought right there, because after the play was over, I kept my eyes on the defenders. Watch them get off the ground, going back to the huddle, shaking their heads and kind of pointing to each other like, what just happened there? I think you were onto something.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu, there defensively to make the play. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
On 2nd down, Rivers again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Melvin Gordon there, and now it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 32-yard line. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tyrann Mathieu on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Chiefs' 29-yard line.
Set 180. Set 180. Go, go, go.
From the 29, Rivers. Allen's got it complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Set. Black 15. Check 53. Watch the screen.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Rivers. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. From 8 yards out. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Badgley on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. That time, a 9-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Sammy Watkins and the rest of the offense getting set to go again. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's two sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Mahomes going to throw. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
Yellow, there's a blue lady. Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
On second down, it's Williams. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42.
Here we go.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Now Williams, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
The Chiefs on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Adrian Phillips there to knock that one away.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here now a look at Melvin Gordon. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers completes it to Benjamin. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Rivers now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. No gain on the dump off. It's 2nd down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Ready? 390. Check 53. Coming this way. Here we go.
On second down now, it's Gordon. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Here's Ty Long now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Damian Williams and the Chiefs ready to begin their next drive. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. That's complete. It's Bell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
4 down, check, 4 down.
On play action, it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. A quick throw out wide, caught by Robinson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, not a huge gain there as we head towards the 2-minute warning. It'll be interesting to me to see what they decide to do after the timeout.
32-yard line.
Watch tight, tight end's right. Watch tight, tight end's
2
right.
minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now Mahomes' throw complete to his tight end, Kelsey, and he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Butker's kick here is good. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Melvin Gordon and the Chargers ready for their next possession. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Check 90, 190.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
First down, Rivers. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And now here comes Kansas City. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 40-yard line.
Mahomes used to moving quickly in college, trying to get his guys to the line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes, he'll let this go for, and he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Demarcus Robinson, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he bangs it through and makes it a 17-13 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's got daylight. The 20. And he is finally going to be stopped down around the 5-yard line. What a return.
A 22-yard attempt.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And that one will go down in the books as just a 1-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1.
That's it, baby. We got work.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon God.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw, Rivers. Complete, Hunter Henry with the grab. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
He can't, man. He's not going to get me.
Rivers from the gun on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for L.A. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Check 31, check 31.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Nice hit, boy.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. It's complete to Robinson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Caught here by Bell. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there, you know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's taken down inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now here's Mahomes. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. That's Thomas Davis on the sack. Came in the league way back in 2005.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Williams. And he's got room. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And the kick by Butker is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Rivers toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
When we talk with people about what we think the most important quality for an NFL quarterback to possess, what do people usually say?
Arm strength, and he showed the arm strength there.
Yeah, pretty good bullet pass he threw, but he wasn't accurate, was he?
No.
Listen, you like mobility, but accuracy, first and foremost, is what a quarterback needs. He didn't possess it on that play.
Now a pass here, caught by Hunter Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Let's go.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Right there, Green 80. Block 11.
On 1st down, Gordon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ready? Strong left, strong left, strong.
On 2nd down, Eckler. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
390.
Check 53.
On 3rd down, Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
I like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Here's Ty Long now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
Mahomes now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Williams. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Thomas Davis on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Yellow, yellow. There's a Wally.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. So he got 3 of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chargers' 45-yard line.
Yellow. There's a Wally.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house.
Right side.
31's the mark. Right side.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And he's going to be met at about the 43. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Let's go.
And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 35 yards. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Butker on for the PAT. And that one gives him a 3-point lead. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. after the touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Phillip Rivers and his Chargers about ready to take over again. He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flip the script here in the third quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee-wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice at halftime, right? And remember, weren't any real adjustments then, right? You weren't looking at some tape, right? You weren't looking at stuff off of the Surface tablets. You just went back out and played. Right now, maybe the adjustments have caught up to him.
Well, we'll see. Maybe he just needs a couple orange slices here for this drive. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll run on first down. It's Gordon. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Check 390. Set 180.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. Complete. It's Henry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Rivers now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
A full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. Here's Rivers. He's airing it out for Williams. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down and 15 yards to go.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Rivers hands off to Eckler. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9. Rivers now. On the screen, this is Eckler. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Rivers going deep here for Allen. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. On second down, Rivers again. Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. Allen hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're carrying that football, grip it too tight in the rain?
I think that you can, and it's such a delicate balance, too, because when you grip it so tight, sometimes it'll slip out from your body. You squeeze it too hard, and it'll pop out on its own. I've actually had running backs talk to me about that when they've tried too hard, even in perfect conditions, the ball gets away from them. They've got to find that good balance, carrying it firmly, yet at the same time under control.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Yellow. I'll go line.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming.
They run it again with Williams. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Fight on these two. I'll go blue lady.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
Person. Person.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. That's complete. It's Bell. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Come on, baby.
Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
Now a handoff. Here's Williams. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Yellow. I'll go blue lady.
Jim.
Person.
They'll keep it on the ground. Williams. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 41-yard line.
Let's go.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. They try the left side here with Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Mahomes going to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense, but in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job, way to knock it down.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, and the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Butker now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field.
Personal foul.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise, this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Play fake to Gordon, now Rivers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens.
Well, you're trailing. It's the 4th quarter, and you've got to throw the football. But the defense knows this, too. So they're just going to sit back, bring in an extra defensive back or two, the old nickel or dime strategy, Brandon, and wait for you to put that bad boy up for grabs. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch the run.
Now Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Yellow, yellow. On the line, right.
Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 48-yard line.
Yellow. 180. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
On second down now, it's Williams. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
The ball carrier. Casey Hayward brought him down. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
Yellow.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Yellow. On the line, right.
Watch the pass. Here we go,
They go play action. Now Mahomes going to throw deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back? Extend it. Have some fun. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception. Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And again, it's Mahomes. It's Hill, complete. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game. Where'd you pull that one from? And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class. And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast. You know, I just grab a nugget when I can. Butker on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Chargers getting set to go. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Allen's got it complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing, so they'll go for it on 4th down. Throwing, Rivers. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on down's the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
And now he's going to use his legs. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
It's just me and you.
On 2nd down, it's Williams, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
The tackle by Melvin Ingram. A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
30.
Yellow. It's a lot, 80.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got 4. We got 4.
A give to the tight end, Kelsey. And he's going to take this down to about the 17. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
3rd down.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
So out comes the field goal team once more. From the left hash, this from 34. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
After the field goal, here Butker to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10.
That QB's trash. Let's go.
To throw again. Rivers complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. So they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Throwing Rivers. Now a death. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another first down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. They'll throw again. Rivers. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Drop deep, drop deep.
Rivers again. Completes it to Benjamin. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. They gotta have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal. To throw, Rivers. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass, and the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And that will cut this lead down to 13. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs have got it. And with that, they should have a victory as well. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Yellow,
on first down, Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
Yellow, I go little lady. He's coming. We got double up.
Mahomes down to a knee, and that should just about write a finish to this one.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.